know how many projects at once, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, how do these guys make the time for all that?
Well, it's funny that you say that because it's like hey, first off, did you watch the MJ doc?
No, dude, I saw the first episode and I kind
Okay.
of felt behind, but I need to
Yeah,
watch it. I keep hearing.
I fell behind, but I get the gist, and I'm kind of just waiting for it to come out like on streaming so I can just like watch it all together.
I saw it on YouTube, bro.
Oh,
Like
it's
the
on
first
YouTube?
episode. I don't know
Oh,
if I'm sure they made it.
they probably released like a little bit of the episode on there. Yeah.
I think what I saw was a re-upload by someone, so I'm sure they might have been taken down by now.
Take it down. Yeah, I'm sure they probably have because it's a good doc, you know. But
Yeah,
you know, I mean, you have that difference right there too, you know, like MJ was so busy with working and busting his ass and to become the GOAT. Like, who knows what his family, maybe didn't get to that episode yet, but maybe he didn't have that connection with his family because he was too busy, you know, like trying to go ham on the court.
right. I
But
mean, I'm sure you had to sacrifice a lot
yeah.
to be the best, you know,
Or just to
MJ.
become that iconic where like they showed, I know in an episode where once he leaves the hotel, like he's being bombarded by people 24/7. Like he doesn't have a lot of his self time. And when he is by himself, he's over there smoking a cigar, like laying back, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I saw the first episode. They talked about his like personal trainer where he would count how many steps he took with like each leg just so he
Yeah,
knew. I was like, that's fucking mind blowing, bro.
that
That's
is.
almost psychotic, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But
You gotta
sometimes you have to
respect it,
go through those measures. But
no
I think
doubt.
the one thing that I really appreciate of like just the underlining message from me that I picked up on the doc from what I've watched so far is that like that mentality to like, hey, if you're not with it, if you're not like fucking busting your
True.
ass trying to get, then I don't want you here because you're going to stop me from achieving what I need to achieve. You know, everyone's got to be on the same page. Everyone's got to be giving that same 100%, 150%, you know?
Plus, when you see it, like the leader work like that, you have like no other option almost. Like you can't slack off if the main guy is doing that. He's working that hard, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You miss sports, huh? I know you miss
Yeah, I
sports.
do. I do
Dude,
miss sports.
I freaking miss it so much. I miss watching soccer. I mean, heck, baseball should have freaking popped off, you know?
The good news is it seems like we're gonna get all back pretty soon.
How
Maybe
do you
not like in person, but
how do you feel about that though?
fucking. I mean, it's a strange time, man. Like this seems unprecedented event. You know, I think everyone's just doing their best to like just manage the situation. Like this is. I mean, I know there's been a lot of controversy within the players saying like I think Dame Lillard said something today where
Yep.
you know he's not really too into the new. I guess you know how they're gonna play out the rest of the season, but I mean you can't really give you know it's hard, man. Like I don't think anyone was preparing for this, obviously. So they're doing their best with what they got, I think. And
Yeah.
you know, not everyone's gonna like it, but I think everyone's trying to do their best they can. Like I heard MLB wants to try like some crazy stuff out too, where I don't know if this is gonna happen or not, but I guess they were trying to. I guess what was it? They were trying to like make traveling. Uh, they were trying to make it a minimum to travel. Like they were talking about something crazy, like literally.
Keeping all the teams there or in one area or
No, like I think that's what the NBA seems like they're gonna do. But I think MLB was talking about literally like just taking off like all like this, you know, like we have AL and NL teams right now in different divisions.
mm-hmm.
They were literally talking about just creating completely different divisions where like the
Whoa.
Angels and Dodgers would be playing in the same, Astros would be in the same
Hmm.
league, or like which seems fucking crazy as it did that, man.
That'd
That'd be
be
pretty exciting.
that would actually be crazy if a pandemic shifted sports in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like where everything, all rules and regulations for on the court, whether it's basketball, soccer, taking a penalty or returning a kickoff, like all that stuff could change within this new format. You know,
Yeah, man.
that's crazy. I mean, I heard that the Stanley Cup, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
NHL, they went from a 16 team playoff to 24 teams. So,
Yeah, you're right.
well,
Yeah,
that's if we
right.
go back to normal and they're able to play. So,
it was gonna be like a tournament elimination style, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
something along those lines. Yeah.
Dude, that sounds exciting. Like that sounds more exciting to me. I'm not a huge NHL guy, so when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that sounds exciting, bro.
Yeah, but how defeating? And this goes back to Dame Lillard. Like, how defeating is that to yourself if you worked hard at the beginning of the season to play the amount of games that were supposed to be played, and now like we're hearing Dame Lillard that he's probably not going to play if they do a playoff style uh, NBA return because where do the wait what team does he play for? The Blazers, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. If they return, then he would be. I think the Blazers would be in ninth place. And how many teams make it into the playoffs? The top 8, and he would be missing that window. So yeah, of course he doesn't want to play. You know,
But at the same
that's
time,
defeating.
I feel like I said, I keep going back to this. Like, this is something that's like never happened before, at least in like modern time. And it's my dog. He's trying to get in. He's
Tell him
mad.
he's saying hi. He's saying hi to the listeners of the podcast. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, like this has never happened before, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be mad at the league and like everyone in charge to like. In a way, I see it like we kind of need this as a nation, maybe as a world. Like we need sports back. Like it would help just keep our mind off of this shit, you know. And even if it's not ideal, I mean, do your part. Like I don't know. I could just be talking out of my ass here, but
Hey, I think a lot of people have been talking out of their ass more lately. You know, what else? What else can we do? But speculate and try to kind of piece together what we think of this uncertain future. I was getting a little wordy there, but like I mean, for me, if you ask my opinion about it, I first off, with everything reopening, I think it's way too early.
yeah,
I I think
very right. They're
I
opening
think
up like malls and stuff now.
I think that, and sounds kind of harsh, and maybe I'm being harsh on the people of the United States. Heck, I live here. Maybe I'm able to say this, but I think we're all, and I know there's people that are going to argue with me because they think that obviously it's government is just trying to keep us in one place, but if there's a virus out there and we don't know who has it, and it's people who can be asymptomatic and stuff like that, like we're all just impatient. When we first locked down, people were doing challenges and being appreciative of oh, I get to spend more time with my family and stuff. Like I get it. We all have to work. We all have to make money to survive.
Mhm.
But just opening up way too early is just we're impatient and we're too eager, you know? Like we're not. I know. It's like it's tough. It's tough. I would say we are all impatient and
I think we're also, if you look at it
stubborn.
from a different perspective, I think me and you, as far as us, as far as we go, I think we're also in a lucky situation where we don't really have to worry about like our rent or anything like that. Like we still live at home.
Yeah, you're right.
Um, there's people out there who maybe they're not working, like they're struggling to have a family. Like where are they going to get their next paycheck from, or
Yeah,
So I can see why. Like I don't think this is something that we'll ever like 100% agree on
yeah,
how
yeah,
this is going to be handled. I think I think everyone's trying to handle this shit as best as they can, including like, leaders. So it's hard to say like how long should we wait? Like what do you think? How long do you think we should wait?
well, first off, I think we should have in the first place did what was it South Korea did, where they didn't let anybody leave their house.
Hmm.
Like I know that sounds kind of harsh, but how else are you going to contain a virus that you don't know who has it?
That's the good Korea, right? North Korea is the one with.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. Um, but I think we give it at least probably to the end of the year because say like we're opening up now,
Mhm.
people are still getting infected every single day. People are still getting tested every single day, and everyone's so eager to get back to it. Just wait. Okay, Christmas time comes around. We're supposed to love each other and be with our families. How many people are not going to be with their families because they got infected and died? How
Yeah,
many
it's true.
people are going to be on ventilators because they were, oh yeah, let's go out to the beach for Memorial Day. Let's go. Who cares, you know? Or the people who are against like masks, like I get it. You
Dude,
don't
that
want to
one
wear a mask.
I don't understand that one, bro.
Like
I don't
I,
get it.
I like the one video that pissed me off the most was this guy who was at like I think it was Costco, and the manager had a mask and he was telling him like, sorry sir, I can't let you purchase your cart if you're not wearing a mask. He's like, you're infringing on my rights. Bro, that's somebody that is ignorant and doesn't give a shit about anybody else except for himself.
Like
Because
I agree with that. Just because, dude, even if they open things up again, you should definitely have a mask on.
yep.
Everyone should have a mask just in case. Like that could prevent a lot more infection, you know. But it's like I get it. There's people who are like super. I mean, I feel like not to throw any shade, but I feel like mostly people who are saying you're infringing my rights, it's probably going to be hard, right?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's true, but at the same time, you don't have to be a fucking like asshole about it. Think about others, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's my big gripe right there. It's like it's if you're not comfortable wearing a mask, you know, it's
Just don't go out.
that's okay. Yeah, that's on you. Don't put
Yeah.
anybody else. Like we don't know if you're asymptomatic. You know, we don't
Right.
know if you have it. Like why should we? You're infringing on my right to freaking or you know to be comfortable in a space. You know, it's just something that we have to suck up and kind of just deal with. You know, like I saw someone post a video or a picture and it was two petri plates and somebody sneezed on one without a mask and then someone sneezed with it on with the mask and and within a couple of days it showed the results of like what was growing on the petri dish, and one with the mask had like 2-3 little speckles, and then the other one had like full like nasty shit growing on it. So that tells you the difference, you know, like there are
You know what,
scientists and doctors
dude? You know
busting
what
their ass.
blew my mind? Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
What blew my mind? Do you remember a couple months ago? It feels like months, maybe a couple weeks ago, where the CDC released to not it didn't matter make a difference if you had a mask on or not, and then they retracted it like a
Yep.
couple days after that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah,
there's also so much misinformation out there where you're like, if they're saying this shit, like, who do we fucking believe?
exactly. Yeah, I that's what kind of made me a little bit more like that's kind of what knocked me down a little bit because and you know kind of made me a little bit depressed because at the same time it's like how do we go from something so intense and serious where everybody's got to go on lockdown and then to you guys saying just keep your social distance, don't wear a fucking mask, you know? Like how do we do that? How do we do that?
Yeah,
Like I don't know, like obviously the higher ups are definitely we're just unable to trust them at this time. I mean, heck, fucking birthday boy over here just telling people to inject themselves with Clorox. I don't want to say his name. I don't give
his
him that.
birthday's in May.
I think his birthday is today. I think I saw something. I something popped up on my screen when I was like on the interweb earlier, and it said sign this petition to tell Donald Trump happy birthday. I don't give. Look at tell that guy happy birthday. I didn't tell that guy happy birthday. I don't even tell myself happy birthday. I don't give a shit about my birthday.
No, I feel you. My birthday just passed like a couple of days ago, and I'm kind of,
How you
meh.
feeling? How you feeling?
I
Happy
mean, I'm feeling
happy
good.
belated.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
No, I just turned 27,
There we
and I'm
go.
feeling old. I'm feeling old. Um, not. I mean, I feel good. I don't feel old physically. I feel old. Like, I guess it's more of I expected more out of myself by this time.
Mhm.
Maybe not at home still, but you know, shit happens. I'm not looking to. I don't know, you just gotta keep going.
No, I'm on the same boat as you actually. Like, you know, we all see ourselves, you know, maybe like 3 years ago I saw myself somewhere else, but you know, sometimes we just take different turns and our time will come, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. Just gotta
That's
keep grinding.
you gotta keep grinding. You gotta keep grinding. That's what that guy that I was on the phone with a little while ago was telling me. He's freaking that guy's a motivator, dude. That guy's he can talk. He used to be on my podcast. He's on a past podcast of conversations with the world. Oh, here we go. We got Checo. Let's see. There he is. Let him connect his audio and his video right now.
Hello?
What up, Serge?
There we go.
Where's your video?
What it do, baby?
What did you, baby? Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can. Okay.
There he is with the LA hat. What up?
It's a somber day in LA when the Dodgers aren't on TV right now.
I agree.
Did you hear that?
100%.
Oops.
They're gonna be on HBO now, right? Or was it HBO?
Bush.
They're playing on HBO?
No, I heard something where we can actually watch them now. They're on some other network now, or they're available at least.
DirecTV. DirecTV.
DirecTV, that's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was.
Because I know that because I was sad for a while that I was unable to watch the games because weren't they like on Comcast or
I got
something like that?
disconnected.
Oh, you're Gucci.
There you go. We're good
There
to
it is.
go.
How you feeling, man? How are you?
Better days, Nate. I've had better days.
I agree. I agree. I was actually feeling a little down a little while ago, but I had a phone call with someone earlier. He gave me a little bit of a motivational boost, and you know what I can say at this point that I'm glad to see both of your faces at this moment.
Let me see what Chris is
Likewise,
doing.
man. It's been a
Oh,
while.
there you go. I got all three of you. There we go.
It's been a minute. Got
My
The
Disney
what?
gears up there now.
Oh hell yeah! You got the collection
Yeah,
up there.
okay. That's my gold, black and gold. What the hell are you laughing about with all your posters back there? You know what? He angled it perfectly so we can see all those posters.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh shit, man! I know. Good seeing you guys. Fucking.
How's your day going, Serge? I mean, I know you said there's better days, but you know how you feeling?
It's all good. Work. It's all the same stuff. Work, come home, eat, watch TV,
Yeah.
and then the next day, same thing. You know.
Rinse, lather, repeat.
Yep, pretty
Yeah.
much, man.
Uh,
I'm literally just watching freaking. Right now, I just started watching The Last Dance right now.
The Last Dance.
We were
Oh, okay,
talking
yeah.
about-
We were
yeah.
just talking about that like moments ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, we're just actually talking about how much we miss sports and
Yeah.
how much do you miss sports, Serge?
Man. You know what? I was telling my coworker, what I miss more about sports is like what you were doing while you were watching sports. You know, like barbecuing on a Sunday and watching the Dodger game. You know, even though you had to work the next day, like just knowing that it was like almost every Sunday you could watch a Dodger game and just grill before your week starts. Or like a random Wednesday night you're catching a basketball game. Or Thursday night going to Buffalo Wild Wings and watching a Thursday night football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss that more than the actual sitting down and watching sports aspect of it.
Yeah.
Or just having like, what do you call it? Like
the camaraderie with your family, you know, like the connection with the fans, you know, like even just going to a Dodger game, like just remembering going to a Dodger game and you know you're sitting next to people who I live in West Covina. Oh, what you're in West Covina? I live in Covina. What the heck? That's trippy, you know, like it'd be random like that.
It's funny because at my work, you know, we offload glass from a specific company, and there's a driver who's been going there for years. And like last year, we were just talking, and we started talking about soccer teams in Mexico. We started talking about Pachuca, and I was like, "Yeah, my mom's from Pachuca." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm from Pachuca," and I'm like, "Oh, what the heck?" I'm like, "It's crazy." I'm like, and I told him like, "Well, she's not really from Pachuca. She's from a little pueblo called Atotonilco." And then he was like, "I'm from Atotonilco."
What?
So his dad was the janitor for my mom's school growing up as kids. Dude, and he's delivering glass to the shop right now. So it's like it's crazy. Weird. It's crazy how sports brought it up, and now, you know, we have even more of a connection from that. It's just somebody I see every single day. You would have never thought if it wasn't for sports, you know?
Yeah.
I had something similar happen last week. We have at the warehouse to work out. This customer came to pick up some products, and on the right hand side of the sheet, it'll say like the company's name. And it was called like Flores Supplies. That's my last name.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, that's my last name. And he's like, that's my last name. And he's like, wait, you're Mexican? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I thought you were white. And I was like, I thought you were white.
That happens. That does happen. Everyone thinks I'm white too.
Yeah, me too. No, they used to think I was white. I got really tan.
Now, Serge, how far did you get into The Last Dance? Question.
I'm on episode 8. The last thing they were talking about was Jordan's first retirement and his dad dying. Dude, I never knew his dad was murdered.
Yeah, that was tough. And
wait, have you watched it, Chris?
I know about that, but I'm not there yet, bro. but I do
Yeah.
know about.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's not really a spoiler alert because
Yeah.
if you knew about it. But it was a surprise for me. Me and my girlfriend's mom were like, "What? I didn't know he was murdered. I thought it was like cancer or a heart attack or something that killed him." But I
There's a
mean,
lot of
it's cool. Just
from
what
the
is it?
rumors I've heard. It was like I have no fucking clue. I have no idea if this is true, so I don't
I know
want
what you're
to.
gonna say.
The gambling thing.
Yeah, so
Oh
there's a
yeah,
lot
the
of
gambling
criticism.
aspect of it.
There was a lot of criticism within that episode where they explained like, could it have
Mhm.
been dealt with like gambling issue and stuff like that? But uh,
Yeah.
the world may never know. That's not something that they really went
Yeah.
into. But
I
Serge,
even
Yeah.
remember
Watching.
question,
there's
Serge.
a rumor.
What was
Oh
what
shit.
was one? I know I asked Chris this earlier, but what's one big takeaway that you've gotten from the documentary so far?
From okay, I think man, what's the one takeaway I've gotten? I think
Sorry, I
man,
cut you off,
and
Chris.
well, obviously it's no, it's obviously Jordan's a goat, man. I think the one big takeaway was like I don't think you're ever gonna see another person like him in the aspect of like pushing players to be better,
Mhm.
Like you could look at that team. You could say that Pippen was his number 2. Maybe he would have won those 6 rings if it wasn't for Pippen. But I mean that team that he had around him, it's like you could say that with LeBron now. He makes people around him better. But I mean the way he was grilling those people, Kobe was doing that with his players. You saw what Kobe did. And even though he had Phil Jackson and he always had a number 2 guy, like you're never gonna see that from anybody else. I think the way the NBA is now. That's probably the greatest takeaway from that is it's like if you watch Jordan in the 90s, like you witnessed like something that's never gonna happen again, probably,
Yeah.
like
The
not just
closest thing to it
What's
is
Kobe?
probably Tom Brady. Tom
I
Brady,
knew you
Okay.
were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. It is not Tom. Well, I'll give you that in the aspect that the coach made the player probably.
Oh, go fuck yourself, motherfucker.
Well, with championships, you can't deny it. With championships and that mentality, but I do see a little bit of, and you hear it a lot. Kobe took a lot of what MJ,
Yeah.
applied to his game, and that's the closest thing I've kind of seen.
Yeah.
That
No,
Mamba mentality.
I used to hate Kobe. Like
Mhm.
and
Really?
the only reason why was
Oh,
because
it's
I'm a
you're a
Mavericks
Mavericks
fan.
fan.
Yeah, and
Mavs fan.
it was always the Western Conference thing, So
Yeah.
I hated him because I was like, man, this guy is the same way Knicks fans and Pacers fans and Jazz fans feel about Jordan back in the '90s. That's the way I felt about Kobe. Maybe they didn't face each other too much in the Western Conference, but I mean they played each other like 4 times a year. And if Lakers won 4 times, that's the Mavericks going down in position,
Yeah.
So I mean, just growing up, I used to hate Kobe. I used to hate his mentality, and then now watching the documentary, and then what happened with Kobe, man, it's like
You see that
I have
different
way more
perspective.
respect for Kobe now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see
man.
that different
It's
perspective, and
cool.
it's crazy how once you get the other side of the story, once you understand a little bit, once you kind of dig deep into the like what really happened, perspective is everything, guys. Perspective is everything.
Yeah.
What were you guys doing when you guys found out about Kobe?
Oh man, I was
Yeah.
I was playing a soccer game. It was Sunday, and I was hyped, like I wake up and I'm grateful that I get to play in a Sunday league, and I get to the field. It's like down the street from my house, and I'm putting on my stuff, and one person brings it up before the game even starts. One person brings it up like, "Holy shit, Kobe got into a helicopter accident," and I heard it, and I was like, "Okay, fuck off! Like, what? Who wrote this hoax? Who wrote this
Right.
hoax? Like, what the fuck? Like, I tried focusing on the game, and then we started the game, get in, and then as the game goes on, you just see people on the sideline, like family members of the other team, and like family members of players from my team, like start to like kind of like chit chat a lot more, and then
Mhm.
halftime comes around, and you hear it, the news, and you go on social media. I go on my phone, and I broke down, boys.
Yeah.
I teared up. I was tearing up mid game. I could not focus. I couldn't focus for shit. I was pretty much over the game. I get home, and I realized that the news is true. And I mean, look who's up there. Look at that jersey.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
I
man.
I grew up. I'm not a Laker fan now, but I grew up watching that guy. I grew up wanting to be that guy, you know? And it affected me pretty bad, you know? And especially when I saw that memorial video, I fucking broke down.
Dude, if you watch his short film now, it fucking hits so hard.
I have to rewatch that. I haven't rewatched
so
it.
No,
since.
Dude,
so good.
Oh my god! I heard it on the radio one day. They played it, and it was AM radio, so it's like crappy audio. But I mean, who was the composer for his short film with John Williams?
John Williams.
Probably John Williams.
John Williams Scott.
No, John Williams.
No, yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, I watched it. It's like you get teary-eyed just even hearing his voice, the way, and then people were saying that like that Kobe, like he has like little experience like narrating or even like acting, and the way he voiced that, I was like, this guy's a professional. He's a pro. I mean, it's in even Mamba Mentality just for narrating. He's one of the best.
Oscar-winning.
I remember
Oscar-winning.
Yeah,
fucking won an Oscar.
It wasn't just oh, it's Kobe, he's gonna win. It's like no, like that film deserved it.
I think that's what he was venturing towards film now. That's what he was focusing on. I think he was working on a project.
Branching off.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, that guy's bringing the Mamba mentality to film now. Like, I wonder what the fuck he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. Well, you know, I remember I was laying down, and my aunt texted me. She's like, "R.I.P. Kobe, so sad," and I was like, "What?" And I went on Twitter, and I went on the internet, and sure enough, it started saying TMZ reported it, and then everybody on Twitter was like, "Oh, if TMZ reports it's true." And I got up and I yelled to my girlfriend. I like ran into the room, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Kobe's dead," and like they're like, "Oh my god!" The way you said it made it seem like it was somebody from your family.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's like, I think the only death I've ever experienced that's felt this way was Robin Williams, you know?
I was going to fucking say that.
Dude, that's the only other one where I've been like, what the it's actually like affecting me like that. That whole day, my week was ruined and stuff.
Yeah.
It was the same as the Grammys, right?
Around
his death? I think it was the same
time
day.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
I think Oscars or Grammys. It was one of those two. Yeah, it was that same day because I remember Alicia Keys did that little tribute.
Yeah.
But
everyone was hurting. Man, everyone was hurting at that time.
Yeah, 2020 is not the year for sports, man.
No, fuck no.
What were you, Chris?
Yeah.
I think I woke up.
Tom Brady, huh?
I woke up late that day, and I saw it. I think on Instagram, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I think it was someone I followed, like a friend, and I was like, why the fuck are they putting like a random Kobe like picture? It seemed really random, right?
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I refreshed the feed, and like everyone was talking about it or posting about it, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And like, it's kind of one of those things where Kobe seems like he's a freak athlete, so I don't know about you guys, but it felt like it couldn't. If Kobe can die, then like, oh fuck, I don't know. It hit different.
Yeah,
dude. One of his old teammates said it where he was like, I kept texting him because I kept thinking to myself like, if anybody would have jumped off of a crashing helicopter, it would have been Kobe and survived. And I was like, that's true, man. Like you kept thinking like, oh man, please tell me like it was he's badly injured or something like that, but he's not dead. And then it just kept getting worse and worse after when everything was fully
digested the news.
Yeah,
finding out everybody else.
Oh, his daughter.
Yeah, the whole situation was just.
Fuck.
And then people were sick because they started like tweeting like, oh, he had all his daughters in there.
Yeah.
It was just. I remember I was seeing that. I'm like, yeah, man, it's just like with Jordan. The same thing with like when his father died and everyone was saying it was because of his gambling.
Yeah.
It's just people haven't changed. 20-something years later, it's still the same thing. When tragedy hits.
Well, at least it wasn't as bad as Ari Shafir. Did you guys see that?
Oh fuck!
Which one
was that one?
I know Joe was upset with that. I know Joe was like, "What the fuck is up?" What everyone was like, "Joe, what's up with your guy?"
Yeah,
oh, what he joked about, and then he tried defending himself. He was like, "Oh, I make jokes about people's death like this all the time. I'm a comedian," and it's like, come on, man. It's that protection of like, oh, I'm a comedian. It's like it's old.
That's not even. It was
a time and place for everything.
That was just fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just freaking brutal, man. I've heard so many stuff like that too. Like after his death, Even now, I still don't find it funny. Even now, I still think
No,
it's like, man,
not
it's
at
just
all.
too soon.
You know,
You
guys,
know?
going back to the feelings of when we lost Kobe and even Robin Williams. I think the fact that we maybe reacted those ways is because we felt like they were a part of us in a sense. Whether you
Mhm.
watched Kobe or not. I mean, he was obviously always around in the NBA. He was always the talk of the NBA. Even Robin Williams. I freaking grew up watching all the movies he put out, and the way he made me feel, the way like the way that these
Yeah.
people, these icons that we embrace every single day of our lives, we get motivated by them. They become a part of us, and I mean, I'm never gonna forget about Kobe Bryant because that guy is fucking my hero.
Yeah.
And
I
and
mean,
it
it's,
made
Yeah.
me it
Yeah.
made me really sad because there's my other favorite basketball player of all time is Tracy McGrady, and what he said
Oh
in
yeah.
the interview really bummed me out. But it's like he said when he said that Kobe really, he kind of knew that he was gonna go young. He was not gonna be around for a long time. But that's kind of what we hope for everyone.
Yeah.
But his memory lives on, and that Mamba mentality will always be carried on, no matter what.
I
Heck,
think that's probably
Uh-huh.
that's like the thing that everyone will remember him the most for. And I think I don't know if that mom mentality is something special too. That's something everyone can apply to in their normal day life.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
if you're an accountant or fucking warehouse worker or whatever, just
Yeah.
get after it.
Even girl dad
Yeah.
too, because
Oh yeah.
you see that relationship between him and Gigi and how much
Yeah.
effort he put into, that like her life, not only
Right.
her
Yeah.
life but the rest of his children's lives, like and you'd hope that you get a speckle of that in your life.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Now
Oh yeah,
the
man.
the sports culture is changing. We're adjusting. We're obviously there's like you said, Sergio. This is not the year for sports, and we all miss it. And hopefully we'll get it soon. I mean, the NBA's they're thinking about coming back, and I already see the dang argument here of who should get MVP, either
I just
Giannis
saw
or
that too.
Oh,
LeBron.
for the NBA,
Yeah.
Giannis. It's gotta
It's
be Giannis.
but it's too early, don't you think? Like we have if we do come back, we have to jump right into the playoffs or so like that. Like why can't we why are we asking this question now? Like
Yeah.
we're just
Well,
yeah.
no, I was gonna say like yeah, they should have had a plan. Since March, every month they should have thought of a plan for every month. If in April would have returned, or if in May would have returned, in June, July, and then your cutoff date should have been in August. If you can't return, then it's like August, it's done, the season's over. So it's like July, and they're still kind of talking about it. It's like, if you jump straight to playoff, like, someone told me it's like that kind of sucks because a lot of players are out of rhythm. So it's like you're gonna get upsets from the 8th seed and the 1st seed, or I think they're trying to do it 1st seed and 16th seed to change it up a bit or something like that. I
Yeah,
think I heard.
I'm looking at it now. It says 1 through 16 seed. This is what it would be
Yeah.
right
So
now. This is what it would be looking at. On one side we have Bucks versus Magic, Heat versus
Mhm.
Thunder, Celtics versus 76ers, Clippers versus Mavericks. Hey Sergio, let's go.
see,
Lakers
that's an
versus
upset right there.
Nets. Lakers versus Nets would be interesting because if KD comes back, hello,
Mm-hmm.
that's a battle.
Yeah.
Rockets versus Jazz, Nuggets versus Pacers, and Raptors versus Grizzlies. So far it's set. I mean, who knows if this is exactly what it would look like, but I mean,
Yeah.
we
Well,
speculate.
somebody was saying they should have. Somebody was saying that if you wanted to start the season soon, you should do 5 regular season games, and then that's it. That's your playoffs. Like whoever makes the playoffs within those 5 games, and then 1 through 16 would be cool, and at least it gives the guys like at least 5 games to get ready, and then you just jump right into the playoffs.
I agree with
Instead
that.
of just jumping straight into that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean, there's
5 to 7, maybe 5 to 8. I don't know. I would
Yeah.
want more games because if you see what me and Chris were talking about, what Damian Lillard said earlier about if
Mhm.
they do start and they jump right into the playoffs, like he wouldn't want to. He would, or if they had a couple of like games before the playoffs started, he wouldn't want to play because he knows his chances are on 9th place and sitting out.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I mean, if there's a chance for some teams that are, or even just like seeding higher, like I think the West is always close. I think the Mavericks aren't too far from like being 4th seed, and that makes a big difference. Instead of playing the Clippers, or playing somebody else, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a bunch of benefits to like starting the season if you even can, and then not just jumping straight into the playoffs. I think jumping straight into the playoffs is something that's gonna hurt the players more. It's gonna have an asterisk. I mean, the season already has an asterisk as it is, but
Who said that? I
you don't
saw
want to
that on social media that if LeBron gets MVP, the
put an asterisk on
Lakers
it.
season, yeah, put an asterisk
I
on
don't
it.
believe that. I mean,
If
nah,
we're
you
gonna just
can't.
put an
It's like,
I think if personally, in my opinion, if we're gonna personally put an asterisk on anyone getting MVP or anything
yeah,
like that, just
yeah,
start next 2021. Like I don't
yeah. No,
mind
I mean,
being patient. Heck, I freaking when all this stuff happened and it shut down, I went straight to downloading NFL Network's free
oh yeah,
subscription to watch old Redskins game, you know? Like I freaking grilled chicken wings and tried to put that little environment. There are classic games we
yeah.
can relive, but I don't like the fact of an asterisk, you know? Like might as well just wait till next season, you know?
If anyone should have one, it's the Astros. Fuck them.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I
that's true.
walked into
Oh man, they got
the
saved.
I walked into the living room and I saw my dad watching the World Series replay. I'm like, get this shit off the TV.
Yeah. What is he doing? Why does he want to cry?
Well,
Bro, it's
he
not
misses
even-
baseball. He misses baseball. He watches baseball all the time. It just I was just upset to see the Astros on my TV.
You know what? I
what's
stopped.
bullshit, though? If this
Huh.
season's a wash or like it's different, they're literally like they got away with it.
Yeah. No, yeah.
No punishments, bro. That's
No one's
fucking
talked about
bullshit.
it. No one's talked about the Astros in months.
Who said didn't someone tweet from like their side of the office like, oh, we will take a penalty? Obviously you're going to take a penalty
Oh
of
my
games.
God.
There's no games being played right now, you idiot.
All right.
Bro,
You
they
can
got
suspend
away with
us.
it, bro. They got away with
Yeah.
it. It's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
No,
Like
we would-
if they would have all been caught taking steroids, they would have gotten punished. This is I think way worse, and they didn't get punished at all. The players.
yeah.
It sucks to
I
see
mean, I haven't
Granky
even,
on
like,
there.
Fuck
Right.
Yankee. I
I
haven't seen anything about Dodgers since like March, man. Because I was so hyped up for the season. I was like Mookie Betts.
I
You
know.
know, freaking we got David Price. Like
Yep.
I'm hyped for the season coming up. You know, and then
Dude, imagine
after
if
this whole
Mookie didn't
thing-
even play. He's a free agent after this
we
year.
wasted a year on him.
oh
Yeah, I don't think the
geez.
Dodgers are gonna get him.
3 or 4 prospects.
Well,
Yeah.
if they do skip the season, I would assume that contracts would be pushed back. No,
I have
That's
no clue, bro.
that should be looked
I don't
into.
know.
Because like
Who knows? Because the thing about that is like you're affecting the players' age. You know.
and legal,
And it's
that's
not-
all
it's
legal
not-
stuff.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, the main thing is like you're paying for somebody for years. You just took away a year of their like prime for
Yeah.
somebody like Mookie Betts. You know, like he's not getting any younger. And usually, I mean, even then in baseball, like you don't have to be young to get a fat contract. Look at Pujols. But
Yeah.
I would
Bartolo
imagine
Colon.
that yeah,
Let
you
go.
know, like let go, right? So we agree. one thing.
You know what? I love when you guys go back and forth on Instagram like that. I'm so happy to have that little group message with you guys because I tell you, every time the Tom Brady conversation comes up, Sergio, you attack him so much. You attack him
I have
so
to,
much.
man.
You're not gonna be
have
talking
to
shit
grill 'em.
after this next season.
Yeah,
Why?
this
Just because ESPN, just because Madden 20 is telling you that they're gonna win it all.
Bro, they have a better chance than the fucking Pats.
That's true. I'm not gonna deny that.
I mean,
But they're
Stephon
not- they're
Diggs
playing
is
in,
gonna
though?
probably crush the Patriots.
Who?
Yeah. You know.
Stephon Diggs.
Oh,
Oh yeah, dude.
who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win the division now? Now that
Buffalo.
Brady's
Buffalo.
gone? You think
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo, for
'cause
sure.
Allen, dude, that guy,
That is
he
a beast, bro.
can ball.
Yeah.
He can
They
ball.
were good last season, man.
Yeah.
They had it last season.
Yeah.
What about the NFC South? With Tampa
NFC
Bay,
South?
the Saints, Panthers, and the Falcons.
Now that's a tough one because now you got Teddy on Carolina, right? Teddy Bridgewater,
Yeah, Teddy's in Carolina.
and you got Drew Brees, playing his
And
last,
Jameis
almost his
Winston.
last season.
I'm gonna
Wait,
say the Bucks.
I would.
You can't even give no facts. I'm in the box.
You know why? I'll tell you why. 2 reasons.
uh-huh.
They got the GOAT.
Uh-huh.
They've got tons of weapons. This is 3 reasons.
Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, fucking Gronk's back.
Oh.
But the Saints have like the worst fucking luck.
That's true. Saints are
Yeah.
pretty bad at luck.
You're right. Well, so they are unlucky as well. I mean, I just brought up Stephon Diggs. we all know what happened there.
Rest my case.
All right, so we went over the South Division, right? I mean, wait a minute. What's going on here? I pulled up the divisions, and this divisions are wrong.
Wrong?
They're wrong.
Wrong.
Who do you guys wrong? Crunk. Who do you guys got in the AFC North?
AFC North. Who's the AFC North?
Steelers,
The Steelers,
Bengals, Ravens, Browns.
Oh, Browns.
I'll go with the Browns.
Ooh, I got the Ravens.
I got Ravens too. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, not the Browns.
Yeah, if Odell Beckham plays quarterback.
Not even then.
We
It's
got
gotta be the Ravens.
the AFC South. Titans, Jaguars, Texans, Colts. I think it's between the Texans and the Titans, but the sleeper in that game right there are the Colts because where's Phillip Rivers now?
Dude, Phillip Rivers is trash.
Yeah, but he was running out. Oh, not really. He wasn't.
Dude, he was so bad last season. I mean, yeah, it's a new system. I mean, things could change. He's gonna be playing. No, I mean, all this stuff that I'm trying to think of to defend him. It's like, no, he's just trash.
Bro, you can't look at. He literally had everything he needed to win with the Chargers.
Yeah, Bosa. Yeah.
Another thing too about the Chargers is that, and it's a small factor I think, but I think it plays a big part when you're older is like the weather and where you're playing. Like he's in California, he's playing with 80-degree weather in December. You know, he's not like freaking. I'm not gonna lie. Brady playing in Boston in December.
That's right.
It's like a big difference, you know.
I like that emphasis right there. That's right. That's right.
That's right, boy.
I think we all know who's gonna win the AFC West, right? It's pretty obvious.
Chargers.
Yeah, of course you want the Chargers to win, but the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
I don't know.
Obviously, after that Super Bowl.
Well, let me go back to the AFC West, South real quick with Titans.
Titans.
I heard on the radio today too that they were saying that Derrick Henry's franchise tag, so they were saying to keep an eye on that to see if he's gonna want to play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put a little Melvin Gordon, you know, a little Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, I hope he's not that type of person because after being the rushing leader of last year and coming out on top, like I don't know, like I feel like maybe he's not that type of ego, you know.
But here's the thing about Henry. Here's the thing about Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
The style of play that he is, like he's
not gonna last.
Like he's not the way he runs the ball is not something that's gonna like last you years. So
bro, if Gronk got beat down, he's even bigger than Derrick Henry. That goes to show you, like. But the thing, you know what? You can't blame him if he decides not to play, in my opinion, because that's a big factor, what Sergio just mentioned. Dude, NFL running backs don't get paid.
Yeah.
Fucking NFL players don't get paid compared to other athletes, man. Like, they don't have – I mean, there's very few players that have 100% guaranteed money, and that's usually quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing about like getting paid to being a running back is that you got to be a figure, not just in the sport, but like in social media or like marketing and stuff like that. And I don't know. I don't think Derrick Henry's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Maybe in Tennessee, maybe he's like doing commercials in Tennessee like Todd Gurley was, but like he wants to get paid now. He wants to get that 4-year like $80 million check.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah. He's not that old. He's like 25, 26 probably.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
You gotta think like he's close to 30.
Right.
By the time you're 30, and the way he runs the ball, like, yeah, man, I give him 2 more years, if that. The way he plays,
dude, he
needs to get a check, you know.
He has to go for that contract. He's got to go for that contract. Yep.
I mean, he didn't do it the right way. He sat out and he had to come back, and now he's second string maybe at that in Denver.
What hurt him was fucking Eckler having a great year too.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing about Tennessee. I don't think they have a backup that could do the stuff that Derrick Henry can. And the thing is, Derrick Henry deserves it because look what he did in the playoffs. Like those 2 playoff games where they won, it was all Derrick Henry. Tannehill threw like what combined 200 yards those 2 games.
He basically, yeah, he was just a cherry on top.
It's like yeah, man, it's crazy. Does he deserve the money? I mean, if you put him in a good offensive line team, yeah.
Let's run down the rest of the divisions real quick. I just got an update on the Zoom meeting that it has 9 minutes, 28 seconds left of recording time. There's to record it and stuff like that. Like you have to upgrade to like a pro version. So
what happened to Uvu?
I could probably restart it after this to see if it would record again, so we can keep the ball rolling. But
Instagram Live.
Instagram Live. But this is why I like the Zoom, because it records the audio for me. It separates the visual and the video and the audio, so I can upload straight to the podcast and upload straight
cool.
to YouTube and stuff. So it's really convenient. But going back to the AFC West, obviously you're rooting for your Chargers.
Nah, I give it to Chiefs.
Chiefs. You got to kind of.
I mean, the Chargers can make a wild card run.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, they can surprise them.
Yeah, I agree. Chris?
I don't think the Chiefs are gonna. I don't think they're gonna make the Super Bowl next year.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one because I see them as a steamroller, but we'll see.
I think their defense is too weak.
Okay, we got it. And we just got Kendall Fuller back. Kendall Fuller was on the Chiefs and won a Super Bowl, and the Redskins got him back. He used to be on the Redskins beforehand, so that's a big defensive part of the team. Let's move over to the NFC. Let's go NFC East. Hurt my feelings, boys.
Well, Nate, I'll tell you one thing that we could both agree on. The Redskins ain't going to be number one. Well, but who's going to be number one in that one? Shit.
I'm giving it to my Redskins. You know why? Because the culture is shifted, okay? Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, Chase Young just got drafted. Freaking Dwayne Haskins was working out with Antonio Brown today. You know, he's been working his ass off. Yep, I saw the video.
Oh man,
AB and Dwayne Haskins. I know that everyone's chit chatting about that. Like they're crazy. They're going crazy over it, the Redskins fans, because it's always been a conversation of should we pick them up, or we just got rid of all we got rid of all the people who brought drama. Why would we bring in one person that could start it?
That's the thing. Yeah, Ron Rivera. I heard Ron Rivera. He like went into the locker room and like changed a bunch of things, huh?
Yep.
He threw away like ping pong tables and a bunch of stuff like that. Yep. He like culture shock.
I would actually see the positive of AB coming with a Ron Rivera looking over his shoulder, saying, "Hey, shut the fuck up. Do what you're supposed to do."
I don't think so. Look at Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick, bro.
Yeah, but Belichick. But I feel like Belichick has a different approach. Like he's stern, but I feel like he would impress. I've never seen a video of Bill Belichick saying, "Get your ass down the field and shit." I've just seen him being like intimidating, not like pressing like Ron Rivera, you know.
But the other thing though is, has Ron Rivera ever dealt with anybody like AB? Like, not even Cam Newton's like that. Cam Newton's like he's a little
like
extra,
the closest thing to it, but he's not like that.
Yeah, but he's like way toned down. The other thing too is like you said, I mean, they got rid of a bunch of drama already, you know? So it's like, why bring that in? And the situation isn't in the wide receivers. I think they still have to fix the quarterback situation. I think if you give Dwayne Haskins a couple, you know, I think your best case scenario is like Dwayne Haskins sucks and then you get Trevor Lawrence next year.
Okay.
Or Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go wrong with getting one of those two guys next year. And then, I mean, all you do is you lose another season and rebuild.
Yeah. I think I got the Cowboys winning.
Okay. Cowboys.
Yeah,
I choose Redskins. Obviously,
it depends. It depends because the Eagles could win if they get Carson Wentz healthy and back in that MVP form.
Yeah. But
if they don't, then you got to. But then the Cowboys have all that drama with Dak.
Yep.
You know, and it's like.
Yeah, but they also got Andy Dalton, which is not too shabby, and they got tons of fucking weapons on that team,
who predicted was going to the Cowboys? Andy Dalton.
When you said it, dude.
I remember when I said that. Yes.
The Cowboys.
Well, I just always I don't know where that came from. I was just so happy. I even tweeted about it. I was just like, how did I predict this was going to happen? It just fit. It just fit for me, you know?
It's something that was like crazy to hear, but it just made sense.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they got CeeDee Lamb, bro.
Oh yeah, that guy dropped.
That was Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones.
Dude, they got 3 fucking really good. I mean, we'll see how he does in the NFL, but he's got fucking talent, no doubt about that.
Speed
and they still got Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper.
And that guy's still pretty scary.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, why would you get CeeDee Lamb when you have those two guys? And then, I mean, they needed like a cornerback, you know, and they went with the freaking wide receiver instead. And it's like,
I think he was still, from what I heard, he was so high up on their draft board that they're like, holy fuck, if we get him at 16, like, you know, let's just fucking go for it. I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, but even wasn't
dude? Didn't
CeeDee Lamb go before Jerry Jeudy? Wasn't Jerry Jeudy drafted after, or was he drafted before?
Raiders, right? Jeudy?
I think he drafted before.
No, he went to the Broncos.
Okay, got it.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, remember the freaking Raiders drafted Ruggs.
Oh yeah,
his name was Terry something
Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Henry, right?
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, he's like Terry
really
or Trey, something like that. Yeah, they're trying to basically make another Tyreek Hill, but I mean, you don't have Mahomes to throw to him. You have Carr.
The Raiders always do that though. They always draft like speed.
Yeah, they overthought it. I think they overthought it.
All right, boys. 3 minutes 42 seconds. 2 divisions left. Let's make these quick so we could say goodbye to the podcast.
Sure.
NFC North: Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions.
It's a little bit tougher.
I know it's a little tougher, but I'm gonna pull this one out of my ass, and I'm gonna say the Lions shock the world.
Damn.
Yes.
I gotta say, I'm gonna keep it safe and go Vikings.
Hey, okay, that's not a bad one because they are obviously up there with the Packers, but hopefully Aaron Rodgers can have a positive and unique season. I'm really hoping.
Chris doesn't want to say Packers. You can see it.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with the Vikings also. I think there's too many questions in Green Bay right now.
There are.
Yeah.
All right. And then lastly, the NFC West, because we already went over the South. Seahawks, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams.
Oh, it's another good one.
This is probably the most
a good one.
It's the toughest one.
The Cardinals just got, what's his face?
Hopkins.
Hopkins. Yeah. Kyler Murray.
And the Niners team is they still got most of the team back together.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are always in contention because of Russ.
And the Rams, we don't know what to expect, but they can pop off. They could pop off.
Bro, let's talk about their fucking horrible jerseys, dude. And that logo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a kid going crazy with a Crayola box. Man.
I'm going Seahawks. That's my pick because I know we're a little bit short on time, but Seahawks.
We're going Niners.
Niners?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Niners could bring it back.
Well, I hope for everyone's sake that we open up safely because I think we should just wait till next year. I mean, I miss sports more than a lot of other people, but if we get an NFL season, I think this is going to be one to definitely watch because it's going to be unique. Well, closing lines, boys. Say something you want to just get off your chest real quick because we have less than a minute.
Oh, shit. I miss sports, and I miss you guys.
Hell yeah.
And I miss life being normal, man.
I feel it. Chris?
Stay grinding, guys. It was good talking to you guys again.
We'll do it again. We gotta record another one of these. All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. 9,000. I'll tune in with you guys in a bit. This is probably just gonna end. I'm probably just gonna see what happens when it ends. Let's see. It says less than a minute. I just want to see what happens. Like, is it gonna stop?
Self-destruct.
Like, it's gonna blow up my computer.
Shut up, locked out.